This is a Roketa 250 cc reverse trike. It's a Spider knockoff. I had the 150 for a little while, which didn't have a lot of power, and honestly this one don't have a lot of power either. But it's 250 cc. It'll go probably about 60. I think it has some kind of carburetor problem still. I actually bought it off of eBay used. Had 9 miles on it when I bought it, but I bought it off a place called Mesquite's Motorsports. They don't have a very good review online, and honestly they didn't shoot me too straight about this. Did give me a $700 discount refund though on it. Of course, I didn't even cover the shipping to get it here. So, but I've actually got about 18 in it right now, and I'm still trying to figure out how to fix it because I'm not 100% sure what's wrong with it. There's a little tab under the seat here that you lift to pop this bench off. Fill the antifreeze or whatnot for the because this is a water-cooled trike. This has a radiator on it of some sort. Basically, your brake fluid, your water coolant, your shocks, and it's a foot brake, so it's kind of like driving an ATV. In fact, it is a little awkward to drive. I've been driving it for a little while. It steers and handles a little bit rough. I've actually taken the side panels off. They're sitting over here. I've taken these off because I've had to work on it a good bit, so it's just easier to leave them off than put them back on for now. So far, I've had good luck finding most of my parts on eBay. I had to replace the starter relay. That went bad on me, and the little fuses burn out. I've already used. There's a replacement fuse usually on the side of this. I've already used this one. I've got a couple in my in a bag in the house that in case. The battery and the carburetor right here. This is your carburetor. This little part is only held on by a couple of bolts right here in the front. I think one of my problem I had is a couple of vacuum lines were off, and we're still trying to figure out. I don't actually have a diagram of how these go, and that's been a bit of my problem. We're just kind of guessing. Had a couple people look at it, but nobody's really sure how it goes together completely. It has an electric choke. That's what this is, just an electric choke on it. I've seen pretty much this exact carburetor on eBay for 75 bucks. So I also replaced my ignition coil, which I don't see right now. Where's it at? Moved it back. Right there. It's up under this right here. You can remove all these panels. The other two are a lot harder to get off, so if I don't have the, or you can see that little green fuse hooked into the back of it here. That's the ignition coil, and I replaced it. It wasn't bad, but I thought maybe it was. This, they weren't sure what it is. If you look it up on the Roketa site, it's called an exhaust air valve. It connects right down here into the back of the exhaust, so we're not real sure what that does, but it's a breather of some sort. If you remove these two little screws here on this windshield, it pulls out. That's how you replace your lights. There's a little electric box up under there. 2 screws in the top. You've got to pop the little tabs out to get to this box right here. But you can't really see it. But inside of that, that's where you're going to be your CDI box and a couple other things if you have to get to them. I was thinking about replacing that. I'm thinking mine might be faulty. This was sitting around, I'm assuming, for probably about a year is going to be my guess. There's 9 miles on it. We've had to take the carburetor off and clean it out, clean the jets. So, and check the floats. I want to make sure nothing's messed up. Your gas tank here, same thing. There is a switch for your gas tank. I don't know if you can see it right here. Yeah, there's a little switch right here. There's a up, down, and half. And we found this bike, all there is off. There's no reserve. Some of them say there's reserve, but the newer models might be a little different. And we put an inline filter on this. It didn't come on this bike, but it's probably a good idea to do. So these little clamps, as you can see, are on all the vacuum lines. Most of them aren't very strong, but the vacuum lines seem to hold on okay. I did perform an alignment on this with some rods from a couple of diagrams I've seen. Turned out okay. I think I figured it out pretty good as how to do it. I really would like somebody to do a video on how to do an alignment on one of these. So if you've got that time and can do it, that would be great. Took it to a Can-Am dealer. They didn't even want to look at it, of course. So I probably don't want to pay them to do it anyways. What I did wasn't that hard, but I just, if you look up online for trike alignment, all you're going to find is a recumbent trike, the little bicycles. They show a few different versions of that, which this is probably somewhat similar, but on a much larger scale, so it's harder. You can't exactly lift this off the ground and play with the little bars like they're showing you. So if I had a better example of how to do it, I heard people build their own frames to try to use to do the alignment to make it easier for them.